Now this morning we'll be looking at poverty in Nigeria, and we are asking, are things getting worse or better? Just yesterday, the World Bank released a major report, the Nigerian Development Update. It says while government reforms have helped stabilize the economy, the reality for many Nigerians is that life has become harder. According to the report, over 139 million people are now living in poverty compared to 81 million just a few years ago. Now, the bank points to one reason that many of you watching can relate to: food prices. The price of rice, yams and other staples has risen by more than 400%, leaving millions of families struggling to afford even one decent meal a day. Now, parents are cutting back on food so their children can eat, and households are having to make painful choices between paying school fees, rent or medical bills. But the federal government disagrees with the report. Officials say the figures don't reflect Nigerians' informal economy and argue that ongoing measures from cash transfers and wage support to food security projects are already providing relief and will yield bigger results soon. So we want to hear from you. Do the World Bank's findings mirror your everyday experience? Is poverty getting worse, or are government interventions making things better in your community? Our phone lines are open and the numbers are displayed on your screen. Do well to call us in and share your thoughts. We want to hear your experience this morning. You can also send us a WhatsApp message. What do you think about, the report by the World Bank stating that Nigeria is still living in poverty? Hauwa, when you saw this report, what came to your mind?
Well, it's been a while that these facts have been brought to Nigerians, saying that the economy is stabilizing, the rate of inflation is, dropping as well. But then it does not really translate to what is on ground. So I'm absolutely not surprised when I wasn't surprised when I saw
you saw the report. We have Ade on the line. Good morning, Ade. Thank you for calling in this morning.
Good morning, Maimuna. Good morning, Hauwa. How are you today?
Good morning, Ade. Thank you for joining in.
I disagree with the World Bank or whatever what they are saying, because they cannot know what is happening in Nigeria. So I disagree with their findings. Because I watch so many TV online in Nigeria, and what they showcase, it was enough. The price of food are coming down. So that one is certain, because I want it to be objective. If somebody doesn't like a president, doesn't mean you should say you should rely. So things are coming down. I send money to people I know and people I don't know in the year regularly. And I can tell that they are telling me food are coming down. It might not be everywhere. But as for poverty is still there on a very high level. You understand? Because someone sent me from Turkey yesterday that things are getting not care for his family, that even they are eating rice with salt, they don't have money, no job. So I have to send money. I know people are going through a lot. That's fine. But when things are getting better, let's say it's getting better, food is coming down a bit. It's not at the level where it should be. But they are doing, the government is trying their best. And the reason UK, for example, that does not believe there's poverty in Nigeria, because when they come here for asylum, they reject them. Because they see the way they buy houses, they do parties, they occupy first class, they spend a lot of money. When they enter Harrods shops here, Oxford Street, you see the way they spend money. How can you convince them that there is poverty there? So they believe that this money is coming from Nigeria. But our politicians are the ones carrying this money. They only like the hands of few people. Very, very few people. And not when they use this money and they die, whatever they build or whatever we use, we have seen many houses in Nigeria built like billionaires who are dying now. So the house is there with cobweb, everything. So the greediness of our politicians, that's what is affecting the common people. Every first of the month, I send money to 30 people in Nigeria. Apart from my family, I don't know the tax, it's just online. 20 years is among them. But other Nigerians are doing the same in that Sora. So there's poverty is everywhere in the world. We have poverty in the UK, but it's different to the one in Nigeria. That's the only thing. So the government should do more. The state government and the local government, they are the one closer to their people. They should tell us about policy. So let them do something. Cater for the politician that's spending money anyhow, fly everywhere, doing all the sort of things. It's not motorcycle they should be buying. They should create farm. And people have been scouting that food bank should be tapping in local government, food bank, because it helps a lot. We have food bank in England, in London here. We have food bank. So when you go there, you don't have food. They give you clothing, they give you a charity shop. You know? But why can't they replicate that in Nigeria? So everything can be on the federal government. There are poverty, I know that, I can't deny that. Because, if, for example, if Nigeria is okay, everything is fine. Those taxes are sending money to every month that cost me more than 2 million naira. So that will be in my pocket now, but because I have to do it, I don't want people to go hungry like other Nigerians. So let's just be praying that things will get better in our country. And whatever you have, let's be helping each other. That's my own contribution. Good morning. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you, Ade, for calling in this morning. Hauwa, when you look at it, the report that was released this month by the World Bank that says that over 139 million Nigerians, that's about 56% of the population, now live in poverty. We have Shetima on the line. Hello, Shetima. Good morning. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for calling in, Shetima. Good morning.
Good morning, Maimuna. Good morning, Hauwa.
Good morning, Shetima.
Good morning, Trust TV. Good morning, Nigeria. This is Shetima Yakudima calling from Maiduguri.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Shetima.
Thank you. Well, there is nothing to surprise about it. Honestly speaking, because it is an artist who designed the team, and he fully aware whether the thing whether his art is good or not. The World Bank, they are the designers of all these programs that push us to poverty. And if they achieve, nobody can argue with them that they achieve. You see, because our leaders, they know where the problem is, and they continue harming on the matter instead of finding solution. What they are after is their political office. So we were not surprised for that. And I will further say that nobody will argue that there is no poverty in Nigeria. People are swimming in the ocean of poverty. This is true. This is true. Because a family cannot afford to feed, a father cannot afford to feed his family 3 times, with the exception of very few. Today in Nigeria, a federal director, his salary cannot buy his car. And how can somebody tell us there is no poverty? There is poverty. There is poverty in a naked form. That's the truth of the matter. But all these things, we want to push it to our political office holders. Why did I say so? Because look at our governors now. Look at the way they are making a reckless spending. Instead of to improve the life of the people, they are making reckless spending. You can imagine, in some states, a governor have a list of political talks. They are just sitting there without doing anything. They are receiving alert. 2 months, 3 months, they receive alert. Alert in 100,000. You see, how can you run government like that? You are not improving the life of the common man. Look at our pensioners today. It's a pity. It's a pity. A pensioner is struggling to collect 4,000 naira, 5,000 naira, 6,000 naira. At the richest pensioner, they are receiving 8,000, and that money cannot be paid for them on time. And political talk, we're receiving hundreds of thousands. You see, poverty. Honestly speaking, there is poverty in Nigeria. Because the political officers are not doing what we're supposed to do to improve the life of the people. So I was not surprised, to see that report. Everybody knows how much we are paying for a drop from junction to junction. Everybody knows how much we are buying for the food stuff in Nigeria. Everybody knows how much are we settling for the school fee of our children. And there is no source. Tax was everywhere. Anything that you touch, there is a tax on it. How can somebody tell us that there is no poverty? We know we have rich government. The government treasury is full of money, but they are not doing anything to change our life. And we have to say this is a fact. There is poverty. There is poverty. Even an animal in this country knows that there is poverty. Because the thing that he's supposed to, he used to pick on ground, you look at Hauwa, I can tell you today, you can go around the whole town. It's hardly for you to pick something around the ground. How can somebody say there is no poverty? There is poverty, my sister. If we are only praying for God to just intervene, to touch the heart of these political office holders, to use what we are generating wisely. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you, Shetima,
thank
for
you very
calling in
much.
this morning.
It was quite funny what he mentioned. He said nowadays you cannot even pick money.
But then I remember those days, when you're walking on the street, you just, mistakenly see 1,000 naira or 500 naira on the floor. Well, that's on a lighter note. But to be serious and be honest, Nigerians are saying that, even though the federal government is debating and trying to counter the report from the World Bank, it is clear that, the reforms that has been set aside to make, make life easy for Nigerians, and Nigerians are still not feeling it. And they believe that, these reforms and this, economic change that the government is saying that it's only on paper. People are not really feeling the impact as to if really these reforms are working. But then we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is from
Good morning. Thank you for calling in.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
The funny thing with us is this. Ade is in London, and he claims that because he's sending money to his parents or his family, there's no poverty. Why does it come from London? Go to the villages, his own locality, the Igbo locality, go to the village and do a research. Then you know where the World Bank is coming from. He, as a trained medical doctor, knows that the World Bank has come all over in Africa, taking data that we even ourselves don't even have enough. It's always I've been here always talking of food has come down, food has come down, food has come down. How many people have been to buy the food? A model price today in US is 1,600. How many people have the jobs to work and even make that minimum, that daily rate of 4,000 to go and buy rice with 1,000 for a family? Please, one people are making comments. Let's stop people just being biased. Truth is always truth. Nobody starts bringing everybody down. Because the same identity is talking about all those things. You know that in London there is poverty. So why people if they want to say there's poverty in Nigeria? Why do they make up? In London, the homeless people living on the streets. Is that not poverty? In London. So why is he saying there's no poverty in Nigeria? How long has he been to his village? And whatever your line is coming from, for how long has he been to his village? Let him send money and give him statistics for 1 month. In the villages, not in the cities, in the villages. And then you will know whether there is poverty or not. Please, let's be sincere to ourselves. Let's look at leaders in the face and tell, look, things are going bad. And that's the truth. There's no employment now. Even the small menial job that people are being paid 4,000 to do is not available anymore. It's not available. Youths are unemployed. Sitting by the roadside, taking drugs. These are realities. They are not made up from the World Bank. Everybody knows that within the environment. So please, like the gentleman is talking about, let's look at that face and say, look, this is wrong, let's do something about it. But we cannot just say World Bank, World Bank. After the World Bank has been in Nigeria more than 100 years before all this government came into play. Is it because Tinubu is power that people are saying that because it's still below the World Bank should not say there's support? After Tinubu, the World Bank will still give his support. How many people today don't have money to pay for paracetamol in the hospital? They are local dispensary. How many? Today, you just made a news item that FCT is being taken over by field. Whose job is it? They are not talking about collecting the field by giving people bill for TV and radio. Does that make sense? So after I pay tax and the field I become sick by the field, how do I get the money to go to the hospital? Government is talking about tax here, tax there, tax there. Where are the jobs that are being done? What is the government done to alleviate all this hardship people are facing? How can a government say the World Bank report is wrong? How? A government that goes out borrowing every month. How? If there's no poverty, why are you borrowing? What? If there's no poverty, why is the government borrowing? That's the fact that's the simple question the government should answer. If you are poor or if you are rich, why are you borrowing? Is China borrowing? China, are they borrowing? So what I'm saying, please let's stop this bias comments will become on television. Let's say things the way they are. Let everyone say what he's feeling and seen around him. That's the only way we can make change. In my community, I know 14-year-old kids who are into drugs. 14, 12, Hauwa, in Yola. How what I'm saying? Please, have a good day.
All right,
thank you
very
for calling
much.
in this morning. When we talk about poverty in Nigeria, we also, look at, access to quality healthcare, access to education, the fact that, young people are still on the street without jobs. Even for those that have, something to do, they work on a monthly basis, how much do they earn? To start with, how much, will they use to, cater for themselves, pay their transportation to work, still feed out of that money, pay their house rents, and also pay their children's school fees. Right, we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, Ibn Ali from Nigeria State.
Thank you for calling in.
Ibn Ali. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Thank you very much. Yes, there is endemic poverty in this part of the world, definitely Nigeria. And the problem is that the government is shying away from the truth. Why did I say so? There is necessary reform that government has to be implemented, but they are playing politics with this. And it is quite unfortunate. Unless government take a serious action about it, that is how they will start addressing the issue of poverty and also insecurity in the land. Because poverty gives way for insecurity. How can government do that? Government has to take the issue of governance seriously. Government has to make sure that people are educated. Government has to take the issue of education very seriously. They have to. How can they do that? The training of teachers and their welfare is very, very important. And government at all levels are not serious with that. That is number one. The issue of a traditional ruler, they have a very key role to play in our community policing. But government is not doing that. How can you say a traditional ruler, a high-ranking traditional ruler is under the chairman of a local government? The government has to find a way to make sure that the traditional institution has to be strengthened so that they can provide community policing in our environment so that there will be security. The issue of local government autonomy, government is playing politics with this. Government has to make sure that the local government is outside the control of these state governors. Local government have to be strengthened so that they have direct funds, so that they can be accountable to the people, so that government can feel the impact of governance at the grassroots. If those things is not there, if local government cannot be able to provide education, healthcare service for its people, provide little infrastructure for the people, then you are giving way for insecurity and poverty. So all these things, government have to be serious with it. That's why I say government have to take the issue of governance seriously, not the issue of playing politics with everything. All what the government is care is about the next election. They hire people that will make sure that they remain relevant in terms of election, and that is wrong. Give good governance to the people. People will elect you. But I don't know why government, they are always thinking of next election. How, I don't know. Thinking of next election is the service you render for the people. That is what you will make people to say yes. Your party or you yourself, you are eligible to be elected for the next election. That is my advice for the people at the authority if they are listening. And we in Nigeria, we should also try to change our attitude. Please, let us try to change our attitude. Let us love this country. Let us love ourselves. Let us love our community. Let us be sincere with everything we are doing. Thank you.
All right, Ibn Ali, thank you very much for your contribution. You know, a lot of Nigerians are not content with what is going on. The reports are out. Economy is stabilizing. Inflation rate is going down. Food prices are getting better, are getting cheaper. But then the issue would be it not translating, and trickling down for the everyday Nigerian to feel that impact. But then a lot are saying, some I would say might say that even if you do get that, it takes a while before the impact is being felt. But then with this report and the continuous, should I say, declaration and action when it comes to these reforms, it is supposed to be felt by now at this moment in Nigeria. Let's take our next caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from? All right, can you please turn down the volume of your television set so we can hear you clearly?
Okay, if Hauwa, I feel if the government wants to, counter the World Bank's report concerning this poverty in Nigeria, it's simple: create more jobs.
Well, then,
make life easy for Nigerians. It's not enough for you to come out and say that, the World Bank is not, doing. Giving out, a good report when it comes to the poverty level in Nigeria. But the fact is that when you go to communities, truly, how many people can feed 3 square meals in a day? How many of the people living in communities have, stable and good paying jobs? How many people in these communities have access to good health services? How many people in the same communities, have access to good education?
And, a lot of reports say even with the number of poverty alleviating schemes that have been out there, it still has not brought about a reduction in poverty when it comes to it in Nigeria. And a lot would ask this question, okay, then if lots of billions of naira is being spent for these poverty alleviation scheme, how come that impact is not being felt? And aside from that, those reforms as well is not trickling down to, the everyday Nigerian.
We have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Abdullah Mohammed Abubakar, calling from Akodi, the part of the country.
Thank you, Abdullah, for coming in.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Hauwa, and your colleagues. The issue of poverty in Nigeria, anybody that says there's no poverty is is just trying to mock our Nigerians. Thank God, in the Bible and the Quran knows that the poor man will enter paradise first. Because he has suffered in Nigeria. So God will help him and give him good place to sit in paradise. If not, the condition that we are living will praise Almighty God. God brought back the food issue for a very cheap. And that is why we are surviving up to now. But other infrastructure, look at the video that people are showing in the camera. Look how our environment, look how we are living with our kids. Until when we develop sickness before they will start hearing mosquito net for us. No proper good food, no proper good road, no proper drainage, but at the end of the time we start hearing mosquito net for what? For protection. Why can't you protect our lives first before giving us mosquito net? Look at, go around now, you find that animals are eating carton, because we cannot be able to throw out food outside for them. The leaves are not enough for them. Other food items for them are not enough for them, so they're eating carton. The animals know that there is poverty in Nigeria, not away the living one. So our leaders, they have the money. One senator representing a zone can feed the whole community. We have the development, what do you call it, the development levy, the money they give them for taking care of the community. The money is there. When they use that money, they can maintain that community that they are representing them. But they cannot do it. Come to Benue State, go around within the community and see how people are living. We are saying that people in the community cannot eat 3 times a day. We inside the town, we cannot even eat 3 times a day. You are talking of people inside the village. They are even happy, they are very close to food, very close to family. We inside the community, inside the town, you cannot be able to eat 3 times a day. Talking of school fees, talking of other incentives that we need. So those people in the office that they know what they are doing. Their problem is to feed their dogs so that nobody will attack them. You see, people that follow them are called at the top, you will be giving 100,000 millions of naira for protection. And people that vote there, they cannot be able to eat fine and live fine. Whenever they are coming to that, they will not allow you to know that they are coming. So that they will know you disturb them. It is not that you are coming to disturb them. No need for Nigeria to go and borrow money. Only 6 months of this, what do you call it, fuel issue is okay for Nigeria. Only 6 months, what they will realize for the NFP is okay for Nigeria. They feed everybody, honestly, but they cannot do it. So all what we need, we the poor ones, to keep on praying. Let's put everything in prayer. God will surely help us and assist us. And God will not allow us to seek so that they will not take us abroad. God will allow us to seek that we will be able to take Panadol, vitamin C and the rest so that we take care of our life. We cannot go abroad because we don't have the money. So let's go to Abuja. So go and meet you so that you help us and now we can take us to the federal, what did you call it? National hospital. Thank you very much. May God bless God TV. May God bless the nation that gave us. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that, for your thoughts and opinions. There's lots of different perspectives when it comes to having this report from the World Bank on poverty in Nigeria. Thank you all that called in. That is all we have for this segment.